Welcome to the Los Culeros podcast, where the arrows fly straight and the conversations stay real. We're your hosts, Jose Jara and Josh Peña. We're just a couple of everyday guys with a growing love for the archery, the outdoors, and the journey that comes with both. By no means are we pros or veterans, but we're all in. Whether you're new to the bow or have years under your belt, you're welcome here. This podcast is all about sharing stories, learning from guests, and building a community around the sport we've grown to love. So grab your bow, lace up your boots, and join us as we dive into archery, hunting, and life, one shot at a time.
So welcome back, guys. I got Josh and Chewy back on.
Welcome back.
Wanted to get into a little discussion about archery, and it's like a new topic, archery, on this podcast.
What is archery?
What is archery?
What is archery? How do you spell archery?
You got me.
Archery.
TREE.
Yeah, but it kind of like I think we touched on it a little bit, and kind of like why we do it and what it means to us, and it's just it's nice to kind of put that into perspective and kind of share our thoughts.
They say if you touch on it too much, you'll go blind.
Sometimes it's only when it's a full moon.
Well, only on full moons.
Yeah.
What if it's cloudy but a full moon? Does that
Then
count?
Technically, it doesn't count.
No.
Yeah.
I still sound like a werewolf.
Is that why you wear glasses?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm blind.
Your glasses are a lot thicker than mine. And somebody's in denial over here.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking about this before the potties. They're talking about glasses, and I was telling, they're like, "Look, you've never had a gut check for glasses." And I'm like, "Pro tip: if you don't go to the doctor, they can't find nothing wrong with you."
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
a little pro tip, guys:
Yep. Don't go to the doctor.
don't go. Can't get COVID if you never get checked.
Right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we at?
We're gonna talk a little bit about what it means to us and kind of what got us into it, I guess, and and then we'll kind of ramble on from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to start it off?
We'll let Josh go.
Let me go. All right.
Well, you know what? I'll go since
Go for
I'm the newest and I don't have it's like a 1 minute topic.
All right. Go ahead and pop your Zen real quick.
Hold on. You want one?
Get in the zone. No, I don't
Get in
want one.
Zen.
All right.
I was already buzzing, dude. I had like 32 ounces of coffee and freaking Red Bull today.
No shit.
You're already all wired
I
up.
was all wired up.
Dealing with your day,
Yeah, it was a long day today.
Yeah.
It was. Yes, that's 2 in a row, which is good, but also bad because I don't get to go coach.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so-
right.
Yeah.
I guess what got me into archery?
Yeah, what does it mean to you, man?
It was it was you guys actually. You've been bugging me for years and years, and finally I got it. And I was always, I don't know, I didn't see the value, not the value, but I was just like, man, I'm gonna spend this money instead of getting a gun. I could, I had to restring the bow every year.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff I didn't know that
Mhm.
once you get into it, that's the hard part. Is once you get into it, everything else just kind of falls
in
into
place.
place.
Mm-hmm.
And not only the equipment, but the friendship, the going out shooting, and then you just BS and have a good time. You could,
Mhm.
and along with just 3D shoots, you
Yeah.
got the hunts, going on and everything. So for me, that's what got me into it was you guys. And then, dude, once the bug bit, that was it.
Yeah.
I was just like all
Yeah.
in.
You're all in.
Yeah.
You got plan for some archery hunts this year?
Yeah. For sure, elk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
main one I want to for sure put in.
Yeah.
And then I know you're going turkey again.
Turkey,
right?
yeah,
You're going spring
definitely.
turkey.
For sure.
I don't know. Should I go spring turkey?
Spring
or
turkey, you can kill 2 bearded turkeys.
bearded
Yeah.
turkeys.
Yeah.
I like the other one because whatever was there. But
Yeah.
if I don't get anything, can I still do over the counter, or that's out of the question? If I draw
If you draw what?
spring turkey,
No,
Can I-
well, there's draw and then there's over the counter. So you can do over the counter turkey. If you do a draw and you get that tag, you're limited to that unit,
Oh, okay.
whatever you drew. And if you did it over the counter,
So I could do over the counter spring turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like $30, maybe $50. I don't remember.
And if that one if I don't tag out or can I still do the other?
I think you can still do fall, but you have to get a new tag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then don't quote me on that, but I'll double check.
Okay.
I'll double check. For
Yeah.
you. But I know you can't use your spring turkey in the fall.
Right,
Your
right.
spring license in the fall.
Yeah.
You gotta get a new one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
no,
Yeah.
definitely turkey. But yeah, dude, that's what got me into it.
Yeah. And have you like you like took a step back and kind of looked at it and kind of seen like what's changed? I know for me, like when I got into it, like I was going through some tough time. So like now, anytime that I'm like stressing or that I'm like feeling like I'm about to like explode
Mhm.
internally, like I need to release some stress or some tension, I'll grab my bow and
Yeah.
go shoot. Do you kind of feel that same?
Yeah, like I told you guys on the podcast too, like all the I developed anxiety and all
Mhm.
that, and dude, that's helped.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're focusing on that, and
Mhm.
you're not worried about anything else.
Mhm.
You're just trying to execute your shot, trying to
Yeah.
not shake too much with your bow hand. You don't want to punch the trigger. You don't want to. So when all that, it's all the background noise just kind of goes away, and
Yeah.
either listening to good music or
Mhm.
Yeah.
you guys BSing or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's what.
Yeah.
And yeah, it puts you in the zone,
Mhm.
mellows you out, and even though you get frustrated sometimes, but it's a different type of
Yeah, different kind of
yeah.
frustration.
Damn
Something
it, I
like-
lost an arrow, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
What's cool about that is I feel like more even when I'm frustrated when we're shooting and I'm having an off day, like working through that frustration, like
Mhm.
to get stuff figured out, I feel like more accomplished. Like if I can did something today, like
Yeah.
hell yeah, I figured something out, as opposed to like just kind of not letting, but like having a day where like it feels like life's just beating you up,
Mhm.
and then you have a rough day in the range, or you have a rough day in the 3D field, and then you kind of work through it, and it's like hell yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking did something today.
Yeah, like I remember my first 3D shoot. Man, I was so nervous.
Mhm.
I was like shaking the whole time. Like, and finally, I think maybe like halfway through it,
Yeah.
I was feeling better. But those nerves still, it took me like three times that I
Yeah.
went out there, and
Yeah.
after that, I'm just like, cool,
Dude,
let's
almost
go.
feel like my first time shooting in like a group setting. It almost felt like like when you're like in elementary school and you're on stage doing like your like Christmas recital or whatever,
Mhm.
and the fucking spotlight's just shining on you and everyone's staring at you,
Yeah,
and you're singing all cracked and out of
Yeah.
tune and shit, and it just feels like everyone's watching you even though nobody gives a shit.
yeah, and
You know?
and that's the part
Mhm.
that really surprised me, because you guys were all there helpful and everything, but when it was my time, it was just like
Yeah.
you guys were still just talking, just whatever,
Yeah,
and then I'd
yeah.
do I hit the target. It's like, oh, you got foam, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Fuck
And
yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
hell yeah. And then
yeah.
I don't think I lost any arrows that day. I might have, but
That reminds me. You have a couple out there.
I do.
I forgot about them.
yeah.
Talk
But,
But I don't think there's been a year, bro, that's gone by with us shooting that we didn't lose one arrow during the competition.
yeah.
It happens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that your first experience was a good one, man. And you came out of your shell. And
Yeah.
I see it a lot with the kids. They're great at practice. And then they got on the line there in Albuquerque. And the first, I think it's 15 shots at
Yeah.
30, they were all over the place at 10
Mhm.
meters. And then they kind of relaxed, like, okay, this is not that
Yeah,
bad. And then
yeah.
some of them like did really good at that range, but a lot the ones that were nervous couldn't hit the target.
Mhm.
Really.
Just relax, just shoot
Yeah.
your shot. Have fun
Yeah.
with it. Just stay focused. The scores improved. They went back to 15. They were relaxed. They were shooting dimes, dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they ended up taking first. But yeah, being on a line like that in front of, well, not only lined up with a bunch of shooters, but having everybody
The
watching.
audience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though there's like 40 kids or
Mhm.
maybe 40 people on the line, you still feel like they're staring at you, what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Just you.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like, I tell them, there's nobody else out here. It's just you and that target.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think you're the one who told me that last shot doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or was it?
It was
Mhm.
one of us.
It was
I'm
one
sure.
of you
Yeah.
guys.
And I still tell it to them. The only arrow that matters is the one in the bow.
Yeah.
The one you
Yeah.
haven't shot yet hasn't come, and the one you
Mhm.
just shot doesn't matter. It's gone already. You can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So it's just to execute your shot, the one with the
Mhm.
inside the bow.
Yeah.
And when you can do that, and just worry about what's Because a lot of times, especially if you're shooting groups, let's say you have 5 arrows to shoot, you have 4 in where you want to hit. You put a lot of pressure on yourself to get that 5th one on there.
Yeah.
And maybe 75% of the time, that fucking last one's gonna drift off. And
Yeah.
you're like, damn it, I almost had it.
Yeah.
But if you just shoot your shot and worry about the arrow that's in the bow,
Mm-hmm.
that arrow's gonna fall wherever it falls.
Yeah.
And you're more
Yeah.
likely to get them all in a group that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad that you had a good experience, man.
Yeah.
In the first, now you're almost a pro.
Yeah, not really, but I feel a lot. I feel
Yeah,
a lot more
yeah.
comfortable.
You know,
and-
you can go out there and just fling the arrows. You're not worried about
Shit. I mean,
all the
The-
nerves and stuff are gone.
yeah,
yeah. You know, in a little less than a year or a little over a year,
Mhm.
you went from, you know, showing up to your first 3D shooting to harvesting a turkey.
Yeah.
You know, within the first year.
Yep.
And that's one thing that I tell a lot of people that are like wanting to get into
I'm jealous.
and right into hunting with a bow is get yourself on a 3D course or get yourself in a paper league, because that same pressure that you feel like when people are watching you, there's nothing going to replicate like being behind the bow on a live animal,
Mhm.
but that's pretty dang close. You
Yeah,
know,
the next best feeling you can get, bro, is taking your bow inside Walmart and going to the meat department.
Yeah.
People look at you the same way.
Yeah, same way.
Yeah. There's a picture of me at Walmart. I'm not allowed there no more. For some reason, they got mad because I had a turkey tag.
It's weird because you can buy a turkey tag at Walmart, but you can't harvest it at
In
Walmart.
Walmart,
What
yeah,
the hell?
it's bullshit, man.
You know, come on, it's one-stop shop.
Yeah. Go
You
grab
can
your
even
bow.
get the arrows there.
You
you
can
know?
get your
arrows,
bow,
yeah.
your arrow,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Walk a
camo.
few
And
aisles
then
down.
once you get your turkey, just go right back to customer service and return the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, real simple shit, right?
Heck yeah. So what does it mean for you, Josh? Like,
For me, dude, it's just complete therapy, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I guess in a world that's so chaotic that it kind of, not to sound cliche or freaking like Jesse and shit, but
Yeah.
it's like building arrows, dude. You gotta be so focused in it. I lose
Mhm.
I lose thought of everything else.
yeah.
And it goes from that to actually shooting the bow or changing things and trying things out.
Right.
It's like I'm not focused on anything else but that.
Mhm.
And I lose track of time, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll start in the morning, and before I know it, you look up and it's dark outside.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh
Mhm.
shit, I
Yeah.
lost a lot of time. You know, the bittersweet of it, though. I mean, you learn a lot, but then you realize that nobody's come out to check on you either. It's
Yeah,
just
I've
like,
been out here all day and
Yeah,
no
no.
one's checked on me.
nobody. It's like, God damn it, man.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, for me, it's therapy, dude. And just like you said, you know, you focus so much on what you're shooting at and all the things that'll line up that the world just fades away. And
Yeah.
it really
Mhm.
is just you and that target.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no anxiety, no
Yeah.
nervousness, no, the excitement's there.
Yeah.
Not on 3D stuff, but like if you're competing and there's other like strangers and stuff,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
excitement's going to be there. Or a live animal, the excitement is there. For some people, it's worse than others. Like you get,
Mhm.
you know, the buck fever and
Mhm.
that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
But in itself, dude, just to be out there and flinging arrows and trying to push your limits to be as accurate as you can at whatever distance you're shooting.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
so much focus goes into it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like you said, when I'm having a bad day, well, I was shooting in the shop, probably 5 yards, but
Yeah.
you know, that's something. Did
Yeah.
reps in and stuff. Been getting out when it's dark. I'm waiting for a little bit more light. Maybe
Right.
when I get off, I can go
Mhm.
fling some arrows and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to shoot at farther distances and just have fun with it, man. Different
Yeah.
arrow weights, different vein configurations. I'm even thinking about 3D printing some veins and seeing how that works.
There you go.
So it's just tinkering, dude. Tinkering in itself is
Probably
like
do some
therapeutic
knocks too.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It'd be kind of scary though, man, because if one of those motherfuckers
Dry
blows
fire
up,
it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
You got to use a certain filament for it,
Mhm.
but I think ABS would work well.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Maybe.
yeah, man, I mean, from the field, from archery 3D field to hunting, I feel like I hunt harder. I go further. I see a lot more,
Mhm.
so it's more enjoyable, even
Mhm.
though it's more frustrating. Finding animals and pursuing them and coming up short.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
frustrating, but at the same time, it's humbling.
Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
for sure.
And I haven't hunted with a rifle in over a decade. And
Yeah.
I think I'll put in for some hunts this year, but now I'd be more disappointed if I couldn't get close enough with a rifle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also feel like I wouldn't try as hard,
Yeah. I can see that.
but it's, I don't know.
You got some range. You can
Yeah.
you can reach out and touch
'Cause
something with a rifle.
I don't know. It's really easy to make excuses too,
Mhm.
as to why
Yeah.
you did what you did. But I don't know, man. Archery is a lot. It's a lot, and I got a lot of love for the sport because
Yeah.
it's challenging. On every shot's challenging.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have so many different elements, and trying to do the same thing over and over
Mhm.
again in itself is challenging. So
Yeah.
I don't know. For somebody that loves to be challenged, archery is the best sport to be in.
Definitely, man. It's almost like, it's kind of crazy because it's like it's a lot more primal than it is like
Mhm.
rifle hunting or just that feeling you get yanking it back and seeing that bear shaft.
Oh,
kinda
damn.
raise
Oh,
up.
wow.
Whoa,
hey,
whoa,
wait, what are
whoa.
we
You're
talking
getting
about
off
here?
topic there.
No, but
Damn, it got me hot.
yeah, just yanking on it and
Put your
seeing,
shirt back on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
seeing that
Yeah.
arrow tremble. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yeah.
no, I mean
He's getting ready for his other podcast.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Coleros After Dark.
Yeah.
No, for me it's soothing, man, because like you say, therapy. Man, I've come to realize that like I have some kind of OCD and ADHD, and those two things like fit very well with archery. Because the OCD part, like the consistency and making sure that everything is the same every single time, it's it really like scratches an itch for me, like making sure that every knock is the same way and all the arrows are the way they're supposed to be, like even down to like color matching stuff. And then my ADHD kicks in and you're like, oh shit, squirrel. And then you go from, building arrows to like refletching to learning about, static brace height and reflex. And, there's so much that you can dive into in like just the bow itself and then just the arrow itself. And then, let's talk about 3D. Let's talk about paper tuning. Let's talk about torque tuning. Let's talk about hunting, and it's just like, you can get lost in like a rabbit hole. I found the rabbit. His name is Luis. And, yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah. No, he's
Luis left.
damn it. But yeah, it's one of those things for me. It's like an outlet, definitely. And, it definitely, I'm just like, I'm glad I got into it when I got into it because it was definitely the outlet that I needed. And, it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. And it's, typically like I'll pick up a hobby and it'll last a couple of months and then I'm over it. And then I have, all these toys in the closet and all this stuff. And with this, I still have those toys in the closet,
Yeah.
but I use them a lot more,
Yeah.
you know.
They're next to the other one.
Yeah.
Toy Stories.
Yeah. Thought you were going somewhere else with that one. I was like, whoa, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
But yeah, no, it's been good, man. It's been an outlet, and it's a learning experience. There's definitely some frustrating days. Hasn't been a whole lot of frustrating days lately. Been kicking ass and taking names.
I knew this fucker was coming out. I was like, all right, here we go.
Swinging.
Here we go.
But
Here we go.
But it's one of those things where it's just it doesn't matter what mood you're in. You get behind the bow and you take a couple of shots and it almost grounds you. It's a different feeling. It's nice, and just having that community around it makes it that much better.
Yeah.
Looking forward to TAC, looking forward to the hunts, looking forward to the bows releasing and seeing what's coming out next year, and just learning about, all this new technology. And it's a lot, and it's cool. It occupies my brain. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah. When we get fucking messages first thing in the morning, like, did you see what they said? Like, yeah. I was listening to a podcast all day, bro. Some really good information there.
Dude,
and stuff. And
man.
The more I listened to it, the more I realized that Ty's just like us, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he knows archery, he loves to shoot, but like the science of it all is intriguing. But the knowledge that MFJJ had, dude, is fucking unreal.
Well, it's you know what it is. It's almost like knowing how to do something so well, and then somebody explaining to you why that works, and you're like, oh yeah, it's because of this and
Yeah.
because of that, and I know.
He's
Why
a
that?
literal genius when it comes to how a boat works and
Yeah.
stuff. I think it was Einstein that said something like that. It's like if you don't know anything until you can explain it to it, making a child understand it within like 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, if you can teach a child and you truly learn it.
Because you don't not dumb it down because that's rude, but
You really,
explain it more like
you
simple
really
enough for a
understand it.
kid
Yeah,
to
yeah.
understand.
If you truly understand it, you're able to explain it.
And
Yeah.
that's what they were doing on that podcast was like MFJJ went on a spill, and then Brandon McDonald was like, now caveman that because
Yeah.
that was really complex. So then they try to dumb it down per se,
Yeah.
but pretty interesting stuff, man. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
And I don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts, and I didn't know. So how does that work? Is it Podium Archery that has their own podcast, and only the video parts on
So-
Brandon's YouTube, or?
So the whole Podium Archer podcast is on Brandon McDonald's platform.
Oh, okay.
So MFJJ has 3 podcasts. He has his Podium
He has
Archer
one with Tim Connor.
reviews, and then that one's on Tim Connor's channel. So it's kind of cool because he said it a couple times, and he's ruffled some feathers on kind of his thoughts and stuff. But he's like, I don't do this for money. If I
Yeah.
wanted to do it for money, I would put all of that on my channel
Mm-hmm.
and I would monetize my channel. He's like, I don't mind putting this information out there and it benefiting somebody else.
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. That brings up a great point too, because like if you're not tied to one company, you can review whatever you want,
Mm-hmm.
and if people like your reviews, you blow up like he did
Yeah.
and stuff. And not saying that that's why he blew up. He runs a great shop, 2 shops now, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it not being tied to one company, and I only speak from experience, right? Being tied to a company and not being able to even look at another company
Right.
and just shoot what you
Yeah.
and even if you don't like the company that or not the company but the product that you're using, you can't give your honest opinion about it.
Well, once you monetize something like that, or once you are tied to something, they have input over your platform. So
Yeah,
like if you're paying me a bunch of money and then I'm telling you, oh, this year's bow sucked, and they're going to call you and be like, hey man,
yeah,
you like that last paycheck I sent you? Can you not bash us on national?
yeah. You can't do nothing, man. So I've been sponsored by a couple of different companies, and and I won't mention any names yet, but there was one that was
give us
like,
5 minutes.
hey man, you got to take down that post. We didn't approve that. And like, what the fuck? You're telling me what to post now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Cutting ties with you because,
Yeah.
the other company I was sponsored by, I would post all the time. They repost it. I
Yeah.
even had my daughter,
Mhm.
they would repost her all the time. And once the director of the pro staff,
Mhm.
I don't know what happened to her. She just vanished. The program changed.
Yeah.
They stopped
Yeah.
reposting stuff. Like,
Mhm.
we're out here promoting for you. And I'm not saying they have to repost, but
Right.
the whole situation changed, and they didn't let nobody know.
Yeah.
And then I got into it with the owner, and I decided to walk away after
Mhm.
like a month or 2 after we got into
Yeah.
it. But
And that's
it's one of
something.
those things. Like, it's pro staff. Like Luke,
Yeah.
perfect example, dude. It's like, I'm gonna be me.
Mhm.
You know how I am.
Yeah.
So the
Do you-
minute
do
they try
your
to censor
your
him-
research before we sign this paper, because I'm not going to change.
Yeah, and it's things like you stay true to yourself.
Mhm.
Now, even saying that, there's certain things I don't speak about
Yeah.
because of the position that I'm in.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's
Yeah.
just common sense.
Mhm.
Nobody's telling me I can't talk about it, but it's just like common sense stuff.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
get myself into some trouble or,
Yeah.
or ruin what I have going. But yeah, to have somebody tell you that you cannot talk about that, or you can't
Right.
post this, you can't
Yeah.
do that. It's like,
Mhm.
nah, it's not.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's something that I wanted to get into is how do you guys feel the social media has affected the archery / hunting part of it? Do you guys think it's improved it, or do you guys think it's like being detrimental to the industry?
I think when you have positive influencers, or not even influencers, man, but positive
Platforms?
platforms, characters that are pushing for good.
Mm-hmm.
They do good
Yeah.
and do things by the book,
Right.
lawfully and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's great because it's a great
Yeah.
image for how
Right.
we hunt and how we do
Yeah.
things, right? And then you have the other people that are having big names that get caught poaching and doing
Yeah.
dumb shit.
Yeah.
And it's like they did it for likes or
I
they
think-
did it for clout.
yeah.
And it's like,
Mhm.
There's definitely that part of it where it's like, do as I say, not as I do type of thing. And
yeah.
like you only see what's in front of the camera, not what's behind the scenes. Or,
Yeah.
some of the setups, you might think they're in a public land, but it's private or, that kind of stuff. And then you also have the part where like they start off like one of the guys and, hey, I came up, just like you and I did it the right way. And then they have an opinion about something and they think because they're in the position that they're in, that opinion should be taken as like a testament. Like this is how you should do it, period. Like,
Yeah. And if you don't do it, you're a
You're
pussy.
wrong,
Yeah.
or
You
you're
know,
doing it
it's
wrong.
like, and it sucks, man, because some of those people, shit, I idolize one of them, and
Yeah.
now it's like, I don't know if I want to watch. I don't know if I want
Yeah.
to keep following out. I'm not.
yeah.
Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's like,
yeah.
bro, you're not the same no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like one of those things like never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like,
And that's kind of where it's kind of come from me. And even though I'm really close with John Dudley and we talk all the time, and
yeah, we went a while, dude. There was a couple
Yeah.
episodes where we
Right?
even mentioned him.
even, I mean, I don't want to put it out there that me and him are like really, really close friends, but it's out. So might as well,
No.
might as well
Oh,
talk
he,
about it.
he's still writing you those letters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What
Actually,
are they called?
I was-
Restraining orders?
Yeah. Yeah. Love letters? You mean?
Love letters, you mean?
Yeah, he's playing hard to get.
Yeah, he's just playing hard to get.
Stop.
That's how we play.
Just because it says exclamation points, court ordered stop doesn't mean it's
It
like
doesn't
stop.
mean stop. It's like stop.
But like one of the things that like Josh was saying, don't ever meet your heroes, and it's like one of those things where like Cameron Haynes, for example, that guy is fucking awesome, and he's like the 10% of the archery community, like maybe like the top 1%. That guy's been doing it for a fucking hell of a long time, and you can't deny his greatness.
Mhm.
He's fucking good. He's
Mhm.
fucking good. But some of the stuff that he says is an opinion.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it a fact because he's Cameron Haynes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where some people will, ride that bandwagon and, what Cameron Haynes says, you have to shoot 90 pounds and, you have to run an ultra marathon or else don't even put in for an elk hunt. Are you ready? Are you really ready? You're not ready. I haven't seen
Yeah.
you run. And it's like, that's 90% of the people don't really feel that way.
Mhm.
It's the 10%. And to the level that he does it, fucking A, man, he's in tip top
Yeah.
shape, but doesn't mean you have to be in that kind of shape to do what he does.
Right.
Yeah.
It's easier for him, and it kind of goes back to like, if you got offered an opportunity to hunt where he hunts, would you turn it down? And no,
No,
you'd
heck
go
no.
too, but he's earned it. I mean, he's put in fucking numerous seasons public land, doing the same thing that we
Mhm.
do and putting in that time, putting in that effort. And now he's kind of got like a good relationship with, places where they're more than happy to, let him hunt,
Mhm.
there. And he said it like in a couple of his books talking about how he kept the regular like 9 to 5 job,
Yeah,
he
he
never
just
really-
retired like last year.
Yeah,
or
2 years ago.
ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
He worked for the
props,
city.
props to him. And I don't have a problem with him. I have a problem when people hear something that he said and then automatically think that's the new unwritten law that you
Right.
have to follow,
Yeah.
and it's created some controversy, and it's kind of, everyone kind of has like their brand or their team. They're
Mhm.
like, team Cameron Haynes or, team, John Dudley or, MFJJ or, Dan from Milkshape,
Dan
whatever
Stanton.
it is. Yeah. But, there's another point of it is these guys posting hunts and units and stuff like that. And then it's like, oh, did you see the elk he pulled out of that unit? Let's put in there. And then the people that are hunting that unit are like, motherfuckers, like, don't fucking
Mhm.
do that.
Yeah.
So, but it also, like, if you want to keep this sport going, that's what it takes to spread the word and to,
Yeah.
kind of get it there. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one. That's kind of why I wanted to talk to you guys about it and see
So,
what you guys take was.
I think some of the social media, you have the good and bad. You have the ones that are just, I mean, they're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They'll only post perfect stuff, perfect kill shot, everything. The ones I really like are when they don't.
Yeah.
When they mess up something, they lose an arrow, they do a bad shot, and they're like, man, that was a bad shot.
Yeah.
Like I feel shitty about it. And, you know, like the bloopers behind it. Because you see a lot of them, it's like, man, like this guy is perfect. He doesn't miss. He doesn't, he's dialed in all the time, but they're only showing the, just like, you know, just for the gram, like it's just a show. But it goes both ways. You get excited whenever they do a perfect shot. You're like, damn it, like I need to get there.
Yeah.
But
that's why there's a show, dude, on the Sportsman's Channel, Beyond Rubicon. Those dudes are like that. You know, they show the hardship. They show the hard shit when they fuck up a shot, and he's stressing out because he can't find his elk. Like that's real.
Yeah.
And there's one of the first ones I think that I've seen that they actually show that shit where they don't kill every show. You know, they're not killing giants. You know, every show. I think his son killed a 40 on one of them, but it's showing like the actual average hunter. You know, that they're successful, but that's not a super huge giant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They show the actual struggles of like a real you know hunter.
And another thing too is like I feel like some of these you know platforms that like the Josh Bomars and like the Cameron Haynes, you know, even John Dudley, I think it kind of has like that Steph Curry effect, you know, where like we all grew up like idolizing Jordan and seeing him dunk the ball and make an easy layup, you know, uncontested layup. And Curry's like nobody's near him, and he just pulls up from halfway and takes this impossible shot. But of course, he's put in the work, so that shot for him is not hard.
Yeah.
But these people see, you know, Josh Bomar take a shot at 140 yards, 130 yards, and they're like, "Shit, if he did it, I can do it." But they don't have the time behind that bow, and they make a
questionable shot,
and then next thing you know, it's like, "What are we doing?" Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. Started talking to homie. Said he missed an ibex at 130. I was like, holy shit, that's a far shot.
That's a poke.
But he also drilled the caribou attack.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so you're used to shooting long distance, and I'm not opposed to taking a shot that far, but
you have to be dialed, man.
You have to be dialed. There's a couple of factors: the wind, elevation. You have to be dialed. You got to know your shit, and you got to shoot that shot with confidence.
Yeah.
Because if you're shooting it on a whim, like, oh, maybe I'll hit him.
Yeah.
You fucked up. So there is some moral aspects to it, but you're right. You have to be dialed in. You have to put in the time behind the bow.
If
Josh
you're
Bomar
not,
actually, I mean, obviously he did it.
Yeah. If you're not, you know, like Cameron Haynes drives up to the range and pulls out his bow and 110 yards and drills it, and then he's like, all right, I'm done for the day. If you can't do that, then you shouldn't go out there and do that. You know, so if you can do it in deer camp, it's different. You know, if you got lucky and, you know, whatever did it, but if you don't put in the work and you expect that same result, it's tough.
Yeah, it's like homie, bro. He just went out and shot. What was it, 105?
106.
106. Yeah. And if that wind wasn't as drifty as it was, bro, he would have drilled that fucking buck dead on, dude.
It's funny that we're talking about that because I'm like, dude,
it was a beautiful shot.
Are you set up for that? And he was like, what do you, like, I questioned him about it, and he's like, let's go to camp. And I'm like, all right. And we fucking go up there, and he jumps on the back of his truck and pulls a bow out. What was it? 106. Fucking drilled it. I'm like, all right, cool. Cool. We're good. Yeah. You know?
That's not a Hail Mary shot.
Nah,
for somebody that does it all the time, bro.
Right.
And we've done it.
When I saw it, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" He almost hit him, but that was the wind.
Yeah.
That wind drifted his arrow too much, like a foot over, dude.
Dude,
he just barely missed him.
If that, dude.
But that's a far distance, you know. And that was a solid shot. But just
and it's one of those things where like we've been on the 3D course, and like no one else is out there. We're the last group shooting, and then we look over. We're on stake, you know, 20, and we look at, you know, 18. We're like, hey, range 18 from here. What is that? It's 105. All all right, you got it. All right, let's take a shot at it. And
Yeah.
we'll take a shot, and all of us
I
hit.
think that
and we're
was
like, oh, shit.
Benji was with us. No, that was before I took over the
Yeah,
club.
yeah.
And I was like, all right, and we would shoot that far, dude.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gonna shoot him in the head. It was a mule deer. I fucking launched it all the way out there, hit him in the chest. But yeah, it's just safely when there's
Yeah.
nobody else
Right,
out
yeah.
that's
there.
it.
I
And
gotta
like
make
I
sure
said,
that I
we were
get
the
that
la-
out there.
We were
when
the last
nobody
one.
else is
We were
out
the
there.
last ones out there, and everyone was already gone. We're like, let's just fling one out there.
Yeah, because we've had people like after everybody's gone, they're still out chit chatting or whatever, and like, hey, range the Sasquatch from here, and it's like, all right, that's 142, and then these guys are like, I could hit it,
Yeah.
and it's always Verdugo, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a sniper from distance, and that fool will smoke it.
Yeah.
But
And that's what it comes down to. It's there's a difference between like in basketball, those kids that practice, all day shooting that three, and like Caitlin Clark's a good example of that. Like she'll nail it from anywhere.
Mhm.
They call her anywhere. She'll nail it from anywhere. And then you have those kids at recess yelling fucking Curry and shooting it and
Yeah.
like fucking airballing.
Mm,
Like, don't be that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if you get to 100 and you can't get any closer and you can't make that distance, just sit there and wait.
Mhm.
See what they
Yeah.
do. See what they do.
yeah,
But if you got it in your arsenal to shoot that distance, and it takes some time to get comfortable enough to do that, then
yeah,
Yep.
it's got to
there's
be
a lot of
it's got to
factors,
be an
though.
ethical shot.
Yeah,
What it comes down to,
Yeah.
and that's another discussion. There is what's an ethical shot nowadays. Even 2-3 years ago, you're talking 60, 70 yards is like crazy
yeah,
distances.
I see that argument on the internet all the time, bro. Like, oh, anybody that shoots over 50 is fucking stupid. Like, dude, shoot over 50 all the fucking time.
all the time.
You hunt my unit and tell me you can get within 50
Mhm.
yards of these fucking things.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard.
There's definitely a benefit to practicing that, and I think us, I don't know if you saw that exchange. There was a guy on one of my TikTok videos. It was the one where we had that Coldplay music playing in the background, and you guys were hugging and kissing.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy was like, "That's a long stabilizer bar," and I was like, "I don't think so." And he's like, "Well," and then
I
you
didn't see that exchange.
you didn't you hunt with a quiver? Doesn't that make your bow uneven? And I was like, "No, man, I have a back bar. It's actually pretty leveled out, man.
Mhm.
It's pretty dead in the hand." And he goes, "Can I ask you a reason for keeping that on?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. And it's because I plan to hunt with that bow. So I would try to make it as hunt
Ready?
ready as I could and practice with it all year so I can hunt with it and it wouldn't throw me off." And he goes, "Oh, so even that stabilizer bar you use?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. In a blind, I wouldn't use a bar that long, but in the desert, there's no brush. There's,
Mhm.
And he goes, "Oh, so I guess it's a different terrain out there." And I'm like, "Yeah, man. There's no cover."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "You practice that range.
Yeah.
You get comfortable taking a 60-yard shot because you might get a 60-yard shot,
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe."
Both my deer that I've killed with the bow were about 50, 55.
Yeah.
The last one was 55.
Yeah.
I know that for sure because I had batteries in my rangefinder. The first one, my rangefinder took a shit, so I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I used my 50-yard pin and I
Yeah.
drilled him. So I'm guessing he was around 50.
When I shot my elk, it was like 45, 48. I remember just counting 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, like 50 times. And then I finally split that 40 and 50 and drilled it. And it was it. But
But
it's one of those things. It's like you
Yeah, we
have
have
to
a-
practice for the scenarios that you're going to be in.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. And we'll see. Hopefully this season's a little bit more of that. We posted the rules. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I read them already, and the quiver has to be attached to your bow, but they didn't say
Unattached,
how. They didn't say how on
Zip
there. So
tie.
I'm gonna get a string and attach it to my pocket quiver,
Mhm.
and then attach the string to the bow, so it's attached.
He's on his way to getting kicked out of the club.
He's already.
I had to post a picture, bro, to these guys that said, "Don't do this shit."
Don't do this shit.
Fucking one arrow quiver.
One arrow.
I
One
made
arrow.
it
quiver.
a 4 quiver minimum.
Yeah. No HUD or
No glass.
dimensions on the quiver, so we're still good. Just kidding. I'm just
Yeah,
talking shit.
I know.
I'm just
Oh, finally, you answered my question that I've been asking you
What?
about the movable sight.
Mm-hmm.
So we could run that in the modern bow hunter.
Yeah, you just can't have any glass.
All right, cool.
yeah.
And this
Finally.
Take off your glasses.
I can't see that.
Good luck.
Dude, I've had that sight I've been wanting to put on it. It's a single pin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, that's
Yeah,
the one I
so
want to
the,
use
the
at TAC.
ASA has a class, or they modernized the bow hunter class, and one of the rules is, I mean, it's basically unlimited, but
Mhm.
it's you can't have any glass in it,
Yeah.
which is perfect because like whenever we shop for the truck, you can't have glass in
No.
there. No clarifier, no
Mm-mm.
verifier, no
Nothing.
no lens, nothing. It's got to be a bow hunter setup.
Yeah.
Man, that reminds me. I need to call High Desert. See if they
I
have
forgot
one.
to ask them when I was there.
Yeah, I need to call them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So for your full quiver,
Mhm.
does that 4 arrows or whatever, does it have to stay on or
Mm-mm.
you take
So-
it off the way?
Yeah,
See, that's
ideally.
what I was confused too.
Not the quiver,
No, I was confused
So
too.
Lily-
but the arrow.
Lily brought up another point. She says, "What if you have doubles?"
Yeah, that's my next point. I'm zip
Yeah.
tying 2 together.
No. So
So you could use the arrows in your quiver.
Yes, the idea is you're shooting like you hunt.
Mm-hmm.
You're not walking around with an arrow nock the whole time
Right.
and a full quiver. You know, so you take an arrow out of your quiver, 4 minimum because the asshole over here.
He's
And we
pointing,
both have-
at me.
We both have 4 arrow quivers from Cutter.
Cutter.
Yeah.
So you take the one arrow out and you knock your arrow. You still have your quiver on your bow, but it has to be like if you were hunting.
Okay.
It's got to be attached to your bow.
Okay.
You know, so
Mhm. So you have to wear your full camo,
Full camo.
your backpack.
Full
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah.
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 I mean, that'd be the
Actually,
next
that's
step.
not a bad idea to actually
Yeah.
practice that way.
It's
and,
not. you
I
know,
mean,
But
when
no,
it's
dude,
100
'cause-
degrees outside, it's gonna
because
suck.
there's
Yeah.
been, man, that's a good point, because there's been some times where you prepare, for like a late season hunt, and especially for archery, you get a jacket like, oh man, this is gonna be fucking warm, but you don't shoot with it on,
Mhm.
and then when you go to put it on and try to shoot with it, you realize that it's rubbing on your bowstring or it's catching on something, and you're like, oh crap,
Yeah, and I never understood that either, bro. Because like, there's a lot bigger people that shoot the bow, and they have no issues with string rubbing. And then of course there's some species.
Calling me fat.
Yeah.
Calling me fat. dude?
Yeah,
That's,
I mean,
that's-
what I'm
that's cool,
saying
man.
is your breasts don't touch the string.
That's
all right?
cool. That's cool. I see how it is, man. Just gain a couple pounds over the holidays,
Yeah.
but
The holidays,
I'm gonna
like
get back.
Martin Luther King.
The holidays in '97, but
You gained weight over Martin Luther King's birthday.
yeah, man,
Fuck, I want to see how much
it was
weight
a
you
very-
gain on President's Day.
it's a very traumatic day for me, So I had a dream too.
Yeah,
But no,
fucking dumbass.
going back to the social media stuff, I definitely think as long as you don't take everything serious from these guys, because there's even the guy from Meat Eater, Ranella.
Oh yeah,
Steve Ornell.
Yeah,
or-
him and his brother
they don't
had
know long.
they had a falling out over the same situation, because his brother doesn't agree with him recording and posting.
Mhm.
That his logic is, you're putting all these people onto our spots, and
Mhm.
you're now the local people that normally hunt those spots, because there's been an episode of Meat Eaters
Mhm.
that highlight the Gila. Now you're going to have all these people putting in for the Gila, and the people that normally get tags there aren't going to be able to get tags anymore. It's kind of like a famish mentality,
Yeah. The only thing I disagree with a lot, bro, is when they lie about our town.
when they
And it's like, oh, the locals call it the Rock. No, the fuck we don't.
the Rock.
Mhm.
We don't fucking call it the Rock. Nobody's ever called it the Rock.
We call it
The
Dwayne Johnson.
But it's like we don't fucking. I've never heard it be called the Rock. It's always been the Florida Mountains.
The
The
Floridas.
Floridas.
Yeah.
And we
Or
have
what?
Florida Street. It's not Florida. It's Florida. I don't know why, but that's what it is. And it's never been called the Rock by the locals. We've
Hey.
never heard it here.
See,
I've never heard
we
it.
know-
I've
You
lived here
got, you
most
got
of my life.
Josh all riled
normally-
up.
Fucking pissed, bro, because they do that shit. And I
We
think
normally
Ranella was
say-
one of them.
Yeah, we normally say that mountain's all sick,
Yeah, it's all sick.
It's all sick.
or what,
Fucking rough as fuck.
or what.
Yeah, or what?
You
Yeah, but
coming
we
over or
don't
what?
call it the Rock.
No.
And I don't know who started that shit, but y'all need to
I
stop
think it
that.
sounded catchy.
I mean,
And
it's
a sound bite. It's like
Yeah.
the Rock.
Ooh,
The Rock is
Rock.
actually a prison out in fucking Barstow, California.
No, the Rock is a person on WWE.
Huh. He's more of a pebble these days.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, dude, like seriously, like I hate that
stop.
shit with a passion, bro. Like, don't fucking do
Stop
that
calling
shit.
it The Rock,
We don't
guys,
call
please.
it that.
Yeah.
You know, but you know that's one thing that it's like
All
there's
right, I'm
been
going home.
a division there.
I'm going home, guys. I'm
Yeah.
storming off now.
This is some bullshit. There's been a division there on like what social media actually is doing for the sport and for like the archery and hunting community. And you know, I did see a statistic about the spike that happened during COVID, because there for a while, like grocery stores were out of meat and
Yeah.
and you know, there was less stuff on shelves, and people that had game like in their freezers were like, dude, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
you want some steak? I got you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it made it click for a bunch of people. Like, oh shit! Like, if shit hits the fan, you know, the highways are closed, or there's some kind of, you know, pandemic. What am I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so a lot of people picked up a rifle, picked up a bow.
You know,
And,
what's stupid on the pandemic is they try to shut down the forest too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that made no
Yeah.
sense. Well, it wasn't to try to shut the forest down; is they didn't have anybody to manage it. But it's like we got you. Don't worry.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We'll-
but
we'll
they're
make
like,
sure.
you can't be out there. It's
Yeah.
like state parks are shut down and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, they're outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I went turkey hunting during that
I
time.
went. It took the family
Good time.
to Perch Dam, and it was closed. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why? What's going on? You know.
Yeah.
So
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
it was. But
How
yeah,
the
there's
fuck do you shut down the outside?
yeah. It's it takes some time.
Yeah.
You
It
gotta
took
find
2
the-
years.
You got to find the switch.
Yeah,
But-
damn it.
But yeah, I know. So there's that. There's like the what does it do? Like that's one way that it hinders it. It keeps tags out of hands of people that hunt that unit, you know, religiously year after year and know the unit inside and out. And then you have people, you know, that Onyx or E-Scout and all that stuff, but don't ever actually go out there. And it
Mhm.
might look a certain way on the map, but it's different when you go in person.
Yeah.
One of the things that I do like is that it's kept a bunch of these manufacturers and a bunch of these products honest. You know, it's one of the things where it's like you can't control the narrative when it's a bunch of independent people posting the
Mhm.
truth. You know,
Yeah.
you can only control it for a little bit before the truth gets out. And then, you know, if these people, they're not tied to anybody's brand, like they're made popular by the people, not by the brands. So they can, you know, say exactly how it is and what it is.
Yeah.
And it makes it to where they're like, oh shit, you know, like this is the first year that I've heard some actual traction behind it. We've heard Brandon McDonald talk about it. Scott Evans, MFJJ, the guys from Elk Shape, you know, everyone's trying to get behind a realistic bow speed
Mhm.
because IBO is BS. You know, so that's kind of cool that that's coming out. But at the same time, you also have these influencers that, you know, have a big following, and all it takes for them to say is this brand is trash and their sales dip and they don't make it,
Mhm.
you know, and it's like because of somebody's opinion. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I saw I don't know if you guys kept up with the whole MFJJ and Elite like saga. They were going back and forth, and I guess they did a review on one of their newer bows, and the weight was off by a quarter pound,
Mhm.
and he fucking lit them up. He said these motherfuckers are lying. It's not what it says, and it's fucking bullshit. And this is why we do these reviews, and I don't understand how this was even sent to me. If the spec sheet says this and it's off by that much, this is the first bow in a long time that's been off by more than a quarter of an ounce. And he lit them up, and I think somebody ended up getting fired.
Mhm.
They blamed it on somebody that was printing the labels for the bow, and they're like, hey, it was a misprint. And MFJJ was like, was it a misprint, or did you see my review and how bad it made your company look and you guys fixed it?
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things where like we'll never know, but it's like his word versus theirs. And now like they're almost on the same level as far as, you know, recognition and brand name.
Mhm.
Because everyone kind of takes MFJJ's reviews as the truth,
Mhm.
you know? So it's getting crazy out there for sure.
Just like in the Fast and Furious when Dom will drive,
Yeah.
everybody wants
Yeah.
to go in there and get all
Mhm.
his parts.
Yep. Yep.
You know, we had our own Dom here in the R2 world. Fucking Chuck, bro. Chuck was just good at his shit, and he knew his bow
Mhm.
like crazy. So like, it's like, fuck, I want to shoot what he shoots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we literally buy his fucking hand me downs,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
It didn't work though.
it didn't work. No.
Like he was shooting like 300s, and I got his bow, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't work. What the fuck?
This is not working.
I'm missing 30 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I was chasing him with my bow, and then I was like, you know what? I like what he has. I'm gonna try it, and then I go that route, and it didn't work out at
Yeah.
all. But
That's one of those where if you're good, like if you put in the time behind the bow and everything, you could pick up a crappy bow
Mm-hmm.
and still.
yeah, I was the
Still-
exact opposite. I was good with a crappy bow, and then I wasn't good with a good bow.
Really?
I've never been good with a good bow.
But
I
it's
go
one of
back
those.
to crappy.
It's one of those things too. Like I always bring up the analogy of Tiger Woods because I watched somewhere I think online where he grabbed somebody's clubs and he was hitting with them and he was getting like fucking couple of feet from the hole,
Mhm.
and it's like, but then that guy grabbed his clubs and he was hitting fucking awful, and it's like, yeah, this is like precise equipment, man. Like
Yeah.
it's dialed to me, but he can grab somebody else's bow and shoot it, and
Mhm.
Mhm.
you know, and there's people out there that are like that. Like, you know, you got Chris B shooting a 3D course with a NASP bow, and he was like killing it. And then I think last year's big like YouTube video that was hitting for a while was he built a pawn shop bow
Mhm.
to win the truck.
Yeah, he
And
didn't.
He didn't win the truck, but you know, he tried.
He tried.
And he got a couple in there, and it's like it goes to show you, and he even said it in the video. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the equipment you have. It matters the time behind the bow.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But then you also have guys like MFJJ that can tune a bow to like get every ounce of performance out of that bow.
Mhm.
yeah, you gotta take a listen to that video, bro. I was shocked dude, at how much information came out of that one podcast.
Yeah.
I am telling like you guys like fucking
There-
the knowledge that kid has, bro, is fucking outstanding.
Yeah, there's been a couple on the one with Tim,
Mhm.
and especially when he gets into, because Tim Connor is very receptive
Mhm.
to information, especially coming from him. And he'll ask the same question like 4 different ways and then get the answer, and then to where it finally clicks and makes sense. But in him doing that, it also makes sense to me. I'm like, oh, that's what
Yeah.
he meant, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I like about Brandon McDonald is he'll kind of sit in the background, and then like when he thinks, you know what, the average person isn't going to understand this, he'll say it. Like, hey, man.
What I noticed about him is he leans a lot. I don't even know what his realm of expertise is
Mhm.
outside of realty, but he leans to the realm of physics all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, he wants it simple, but also like, what is his knowledge capabilities? Because he's always talking about, I don't understand how that works. What did he say? They're talking about, you know, shorter limbs versus longer limbs versus long risers, short risers, all that stuff. And he asked the question, like, how does that make sense? Because I want to say he says, physically, I don't understand what that means. And so he had to
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You know, he definitely they've had like some pretty like technical discussions, and typically when it's just him, when it's just Brandon McDonald and MFJJ,
Mhm.
they ramble on. Like there was a podcast a couple of months ago where Easton, was it Easton or AAE, did like a evaluation of like every fletching, and they ran him through, you know, Hooter Shooter,
Okay.
and they tested for noise, they drift, lift, like
Mhm.
all that stuff, and they had like a 2.5 hour talk about vein, and you're like, whoa.
So
know?
what was the outcome of that? What was the quietest vein?
The number
I know
one,
they like the DCAs.
the DCA was the number one, but he was upset because MFJJ was like, I know, I'm pissed because they didn't test one vein that I know would have beat them all, and it was the DCA Mini.
The Mini?
The Mini. He was like, I'm pissed, but he goes, but if you're strictly a numbers person and statistics and metrics and all that stuff, measurables, this puts it to bed. 3 veins is better than 4.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. He's like, and then he was like, well, wait a minute. What about steering? What about this? He's like, they weren't testing for that. They were testing for quietest, most accurate, shooting, flat vein. It's this.
There's just so many damn fucking different configurations of veins. There's the Drunken Monkey.
Yeah, I saw that one.
The Drunken Monkey veins setup where the veins are actually offset from each other.
Mhm.
Like it looks like 1, 2, 3, like down the arrow.
Yeah.
And it spins just as fine.
Mhm.
It spins the exact same way. I don't know what the significance of the noise might be, but it's way different, but it still works. You know what I mean? And that's what's cool about tinkering all the time is you get to you play with that kind of stuff. What I noticed with the kids on the NASPOs and the NASP arrows, like some of them were having a hard time grouping.
Mm-hmm.
So like 2 years ago, and I started looking at the arrows, and I told the coach, I was like, "Hey man, they're having a problem grouping these arrows, but they're different. These 3 arrows are different from these 2 arrows."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "These ones have hard veins, and these ones have soft veins. So if I'm gonna swap them with somebody that has the same color arrow, get them all soft, and then the other one's all hard,
Mm-hmm.
and see how they group. The fucking groups tightened up, dude, because they're shooting
Yeah.
all
All
just the veins.
same. Yeah.
The veins were harder on the older arrows, so NASP doesn't use those veins no more. They
Mhm.
use the soft vein, and the arrows fly a lot better for them. But
Yeah.
it's something simple like
Mhm.
that, dude. It's the vein
Mhm.
configuration. Now going back to noise, I know DCAs are quiet, but I don't know if they tested the heat,
Mhm.
and the heat are supposed to be quieter.
I don't know. It's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 3-hour, and they go step by step, and then they even share like where you can like go on whatever website and look at all the configurations that they tested and
Yeah,
with spines, and they did like a big old thing.
because I know Outshape did the same thing. He had a three
Well,
different.
they invited him,
Mhm,
so Dan from Outshape was there,
mhm.
and he got to shoot a couple of like clips for his YouTube, and then but it was a collaboration from Easton. They
Mhm.
rented like the Olympic Archer Arena.
Oh, I saw Dan do it on his backyard in that his
Oh,
range
okay.
where he had DCA. I think he had a AE hybrid. I don't remember. He had 3 different configurations or 4 different configurations,
Mhm.
but he didn't show all of them. But I think TAC was one of them too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think TAC is a good vein, bro. But I don't know. I've always
There's
just had
durability.
issues. Yeah.
With my whole thing with that is I'm gonna miss. Let's be real here. I'm gonna miss,
Mm-hmm.
and that's my issue with the 5.0s is they're so freaking fragile.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same thing with the veins. I mean, they don't fall off, but like if they get creased or if I go through the target, because my bow's, has so much kinetic energy that, the veins get shoved all the way through there. And then when I pull them out, they got little like wrinkles in them, and then my OCD kicks in.
Can you put them in hot water and
They
straighten
say
them?
you can, but
Yeah.
I didn't see, it didn't really make a huge difference. It got some of it out. And, where were we at? At TAC, I asked the AAE vendor because I had the new razors,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked her, I was like, hey, so I'm having trouble like whenever I go to the target, because my bow's so powerful, the kinetic energy, it's
This fucking
PSC.
kid, bro.
And she goes, unfortunately, it's the material that we use for that vein, and she's like, but yeah,
Did she tell you try not to miss
she did, and
Yeah.
then she complimented me on my bow and my
your penetration?
my penetration skills,
Yeah.
but
But
no,
I mean, speaking of AAE, bro, the reps, they're not as knowledgeable as I thought they would be.
yeah, and it's kind of crazy.
It's true because they've done it
Mhm.
2 years in a row. The last one, was our rep from here.
Yeah.
And he's, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see Rick.
Mhm.
Never showed up. I don't know what the business aspect of that is, but he never. I told
Yeah.
Rick about it too. Like,
Yeah.
hey, your rep's gonna come down. Never showed up.
Yeah.
But I was asking him questions about him, bro, and he's like, I don't know.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I said, well, what
Yeah.
about this one, man? And this one? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? You're just a salesman at
Yeah.
that point. You're not an
Yeah.
actual rep.
Yeah.
But last year too at TAC, it was just like, oh, these are the colors we have. Like, oh, I'm looking for this one, and she's like, oh, let me look, and then that was it. It's like it's like going to a farmer's market. No, probably not a farmer's market. But it's like somebody that's just there to sell product. Not
Right.
they don't know nothing about
Yeah.
it. You know, I think to be able to sell your product, you got to know every little detail of it and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like a car salesman, dude.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah.
You go in there, you know what you're looking for, and they offer you something completely
Yeah.
different. It's like, no,
Yeah.
they don't know shit about the car. You know,
Mhm.
what I mean? But I felt that vibe from them, and it was a group of them that were there,
Yeah.
and nobody really
Yeah.
stood out and tried to
Mhm.
help us. Like, hell no, well that one's good, but you can try this one.
Yeah.
This one's made
Yeah.
this way.
And that was
Actually knowledgeable.
another thing that MFJJ and Brad McDonald were talking about on the last podcast is this was the first year that they had all the somebody from the bow company come in when Bowtech released their bow, they had somebody from Bowtech come in. When PSE released their bow, they had somebody from PSE. Elite, Matthews, Darton, they all went, and everyone that went was either the owner or the engineer. So they were very knowledgeable. They could ask, whatever questions about the bow, and they knew it. And then they could ask questions about, the business and like, why do you guys do this? And why do you guys do that? And, they were able to answer stuff freely.
Mhm.
And then when they got to Bowtech, they sent a sales rep,
Mhm.
and he was a lot like that. Like, well, I don't know, man, and that's above my pay grade, so I can't talk about that. And MFJJ got like offended.
Yeah.
He was like, and it wasn't a bad interview. I listened to it, and they gave like a warning in front of the interview about how like, oh man, this isn't what we wanted, and this is kind of shitty. And
Mhm.
but I mean, it was a good interview. It's just they were asking some questions that guy couldn't answer,
Mhm.
and they were like, well, we gave them the opportunity to send somebody that could answer. And it's like, dude, they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
but at the same time, man, if you're the one in the fight legally, and you trying to win your case, you're not going to put information out into the public.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, though, he's kind of a hypocrite because
Mhm.
he's like, oh no, we're a small, we're like 1% of the population of the world that are hunters and stuff, and we're so small that we should be, bonding together to
Mhm.
save our sport. But yet, turn around and do that shit to
Yeah.
the fucking
And-
company. It's like,
Yeah,
come on,
and
now.
that's what I was talking about earlier. It's like it's
unprofessional.
there's a degree of it where it's like he feels like he has to have the consumer's best interest at heart, and if you're not being true to who you are, then I'm gonna call you out on it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, there's some legal implications there that they
Yeah.
can't talk about. And what I'm talking about, what we're referring to is there's a lawsuit between Truth and Bowtech.
Yeah.
And then there was another conflict
But-
there with Bowtech releasing their staff shooters after everyone had already signed their staff shooters for the year.
Yeah.
So basically left them out of a contract for a year,
Mhm.
and people lost money.
Yeah,
And-
but at the same time, what does that have to do with consumers besides the Truth being able to
No-
sell their bows?
Nothing.
That's what I'm
Nothing.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with
Yeah.
them.
But it's the way that he was making it sound is like, you guys are being shady. And
Yeah.
you guys are, these are some people that are losing money, and nobody's asking you the hard questions because they can't.
yeah,
And he talked about a little bit about how it used to be, and where if you were a bow shop and you ruffled some feathers, they would make you pay for it. They would literally-
retaliation.
Yeah, they would literally like if in order for you to keep your dealer license for Matthews, it was 10 bows, and you pissed off Matthews. Hey, in order for you to renew your contract this year, you have to take 20 bows,
Mhm.
and it's like they literally made them pay for stuff like that.
Yeah,
And now that control's out of their hands, it's like how do you hold these people accountable for the shit that they're doing behind closed doors? And that's kind of where he was at, and I think it was like just like these are my people. Like I know who these people
Mhm.
are, and you guys fucked them over. So like I want to know why.
Yeah.
And but to put them out there and to like almost alienate that company just because you don't agree with their politics
Mhm.
is not cool.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, out of all the brands, I don't think Bear doesn't have any competition shooters.
I don't think so either.
You
I don't
know,
think
they don't make the competition.
Yeah, they don't
bow.
make a competition bow.
But the thing is, like, if it's in Gillingham's under the Escalade thing now,
Mhm.
right? If he were to go into a competition with a Bear bow and win it,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
That says he's that close to Bear Archery right now.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying like Bear Archery needs to start a freaking, sponsorship for
Yeah,
shooters
I
like
am.
that too. But
I'm saying that.
it would be nice to see them in the game.
Why
You know,
not?
but they're for the modern
Who was
hunter.
that?
But
Who was that? Was it Jesse that won Vegas with the hunting bow?
was it Jesse Broadwater?
Yeah.
No, Jesse Broadwater was shooting for Matthews. I think he still shoots for Matthews.
There was one a couple of years ago that won it with like I forgot it was, but it was like it made some waves because they're like, oh shit.
There was a dude, I want to say it was Lancaster, bro, that everybody was showing up in jerseys and shit, bro, and this fucker shows up in like
That's what it
a
was. Flannel.
like some Fred Bear
Yeah.
outfit, and then he fucking smoked everybody.
Yeah.
It was like he had just came from the office or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean it's like a double-edged sword because like you were saying earlier, like archery and the hunting communities kind of like band together and kind of made their own community. And then you have, people that are like dividing it with their views in a sense. But then how do you hold these companies accountable to not put out stuff that isn't what it's supposed to? Because we've all done it. You go to the bow shop and you see the IBO speed, and then you see all the ads, and you're like, oh man, this expedites like crazy
Yeah, that's
fast,
supposed to
and
be
then you're like,
360.
oh shit, I'm
Mhm.
buying that.
Yeah.
Imagine how many, how faster this is gonna go, and my pin gap's gonna be this small, and this and that, and then you go out
Yeah.
there and shoot it, and it's like 270. Well, what the fuck?
Yeah. But again,
But that's set at like a 20
29
or
29-inch draw is the top performance level of most bows these days.
Yeah.
It's 29-inch draw at 70 pounds at 350 grain arrow. That's how they
Mhm.
get the speeds. But what they don't tell you is that arrow doesn't have nothing on it.
Yeah, we're talking about
There's
that
no veins,
before you
no-
got here. Is they talked about that on the podcast as well, and it's like the IBO speed is 360, let's say,
Yeah.
but they don't tell you how they got there.
Mhm.
They don't tell you that there wasn't a D loop. They don't tell you that the shaft was a Bear shaft. They don't tell you that there wasn't anything on the strings. No
Yeah.
peep, no D loop, just a soft knot, and they drew it back and fired it.
Yeah,
they
that's
didn't-
one thing
they
I
didn't
learned
hold
today.
They didn't hold it into the back wall.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you shoot it, as soon as it hits the back wall and you shoot it, it's faster than
Yeah.
if you were to draw back.
Because it doesn't have
Settle
time
in.
It
to
doesn't
stretch.
have that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't have
okay.
time to stretch. And I learned a lot, dude. You got to listen to that thing because
Yeah.
they did really put a lot of information out there and stuff. And
Mhm.
but yeah, it's the same across a lot of companies, man, where they promised all kinds of shit.
Mhm,
Even the
mhm.
company I work for, the customer service reps will freaking promise all kinds of shit, and then we show up like, "Oh, that ain't true. We can't
Mhm.
do that.
Yeah.
We got to charge you for this." Oh, they said it was free. Bullshit. Nothing in life is free.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like, I get it from a
Mhm.
consumer standpoint,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it doesn't fucking matter to me.
Yeah.
You
You
know
know
what I
what? You know what tip really not blew my mind, but I was like, oh shit. Where he's talking about that whenever they get a bow, they leave it in the press overnight
Yeah.
in the draw board.
Yeah.
I was like, huh.
It makes me
You
want to buy a draw board.
Yeah. It's like, huh. Because they, instead of like getting that string to settle
Mhm.
and getting it to settle and break in the way that you want it to, they just leave it in the draw board, crank it to full draw,
And then some.
and then some, like a couple of clicks over, and they just leave it overnight, 24 hours.
And it
Oh,
stretches,
shit.
it stretches,
stretches
the string
everything.
and it settles it without. One thing that he mentioned, dude, that I had no freaking even a speck of a thought that's what happens is the serving inside the cam. It's brand new
Mhm.
before you shoot it, right? So it's round, but the more you shoot it, the more it starts fitting inside the cam. So it actually goes inside the cam, the
Mhm.
bed.
Yeah.
So you're losing that much of the string inside once it settles in. So
Yeah.
that's all in the shooting process, but
Mhm.
this eliminates that. So
Yeah.
whenever you
Yeah.
stretch it out, it fucking fits in that
Mhm.
groove better. But over time, it wears it down, and you actually, I guess you would gain
Yeah.
some string, so your speeds will go down once it
Oh,
settles
okay,
in.
yeah.
It's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. But
Yeah,
these
me
are the
either.
little things that he put out there, dude. I'm like, fuck, I would have never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy the amount of
Yeah.
knowledge that somebody can obtain.
'Cause I
in
know a lot
lifetime.
of shit, bro. And I went through that's another reason. Like whenever you mentioned that the president of these companies were going to the podcast,
Yeah.
right? Bear Archery headquarters is only like 2.5 hours away
Mhm.
from Nashville.
Yeah,
Um,
but and that was
And
one of
it's
the
not
things.
even that far of a drive.
That's one of the things. Is like the where they're located, and that's one of the reasons why he decided to open a shop in Nashville, because it's kind of central to everything. But they did talk about availability, and he did talk about how we offered this day or that day or this day, and he goes, and this is it's a different conversation in our space than it is at a convention or in a hotel room or at
Mhm.
Airbnb.
Mhm.
It's a different vibe. I feel more comfortable here, and it's a different. Every time we
Yeah.
had a podcast here, it feels different than we have it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so he did talk about that, and then he even brought up like the PSE guy, Gaius, like he's out of the country,
Mhm.
and he was like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. And he flew in and did that podcast, and because a lot of these companies are starting to realize that this guy knows his shit, and people are starting to like gravitate towards that.
And I get it too, man. On a business standpoint, is like he said, they're not paying him
Mm-mm.
right to do all this stuff. He's doing it on his own. But as a company, if you know this guy has a big following, and
If somebody doesn't slap you and tell you like, hey man, you need to go to this, and you need to take this guy serious because
Yeah.
his word carries a lot of
my
weight.
point is that it's free advertisement.
Mhm.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I mean,
You
they're
know?
not paying him to do it. He's
Mhm.
saying what he wants to say. But if you're putting out a solid product and he's agreeing with your solid
No-brainer.
product, that's free advertisement.
Yeah. The guys from that Nebo that was turning heads at ATA.
Oh, yeah.
The Cyber
the
Bow
Revolution. Mhm.
Revolution. They're gonna send him one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him, let me have it.
The Cyber Bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Revolution. I don't know what it's called. It's $1,700 though. I was like, damn, I want one of those. It looks cool.
Yeah. One for my
No.
cosplay costume.
I heard like 2 of them blew up on that at that show.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's pretty new.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of where that's a conversation that I think is relevant, just where we're headed and what this social media stuff does, because like our platform is not that big, and we talk about this kind of stuff, and I'm sure these are conversations that our people are having around the country,
Mm-hmm.
and you can always tell like the people that follow the different people, like your elk shaped guys that are like, you can tell they're like blue collar
Mm-hmm.
9 to 5 average Joes, and then you have your alpha male keep hammering Joe Rogan podcast listening to, and I hate to like be a stereotypical like put people in boxes, but you definitely saw that attack,
Yeah.
right? Like the people that you're like, oh yeah, this guy's a
Mm-hmm.
hardcore.
And just so that you know that the listeners, if you ever go to TAC, there is a designated uniform that people wear.
Yeah, I didn't know that
It's a
until-
black T-shirt and fucking khakis
Fucking khakis.
Or short shorts.
or short shorts.
Yeah.
Either khaki or olive pants. It's uniform. So
And,
if you go out
and it
there,
has to
that's
be a
what you have
long
to wear.
sleeve.
Is it long
It
sleeve?
has to be a long
Yeah.
sleeve with a hood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
uniform thing.
Mhm.
They were
Mhm.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used a long sleeve with the hood. Didn't use it once. But-
Yeah.
But it's
oh,
one of those
actually, yeah. When we're waiting for the lightning,
Oh yeah.
I did put
Yeah.
that. I did
Yeah.
throw it on.
things. Oh yeah.
I think you were gonna use it to clean your chones on the lift.
Yeah, I was gonna rip it off. Like,
Hey, Tarzan out there or what?
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. And then after that, I got on a hot air balloon. I was done with my hikes.
You got on a hot air balloon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here, huh?
Yeah.
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 Heck
I'm
yeah.
like, I could do this.
Yeah. Not too bad.
problem.
It's not too bad.
Just don't move it.
Yeah.
Because they're all swinging, all happy. Quit moving the fucking thing.
God damn it. But yeah, again, if you guys are still listening, we are trying to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube and Spotify. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you guys want to hear next. If you guys can tell that Josh has an accent, he's working on it. But Chinatown.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Chinatown. Oh, I was going to tell you a joke. I don't know, I don't know if it's appropriate, but what's the difference between a Chinese pirate and a Caribbean pirate?
One flies a plane.
Yeah, one
Great
flies a plane.
We got 68 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we need more, guys. We got
Killed
to
my
get to
joke,
100.
man. You killed my joke.
Yeah, fuck your joke,
Pirate.
bro. Fuck your joke.
Yeah, but
shit.
comment what you guys want to hear, questions.
Yeah, definitely questions, man,
Think
and just
caught
let
us
it.
full of shit.
Yeah, that too. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many fingers am I holding up? I don't know.
Yeah, we're trying to give away those arrows.
Yeah, trying really
we're,
hard.
we're close. We're close. And hopefully when we get there soon and we be able to hook up somebody with some custom arrows.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely there on that.
Speaking of arrows, I picked up a new set myself.
Oh, that's right. Did you
Yeah.
get the
The
FMJ
FMJ Max. Yeah, match grade. They're too pretty to cut right now.
FMJ Maxi pads.
But, yeah. Yes, sir. Other thing is that we're the Random Acts of Kindness, man, with the bow hitch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you guys haven't done it yet, go over to the bow hitch on Instagram. You're gonna follow all the companies that are involved with it. I think there's a list on the first post. The post is a silhouette of a dad hunter holding his little girl's hand, and you just go down on that post, comment your kind act, your act of kindness. It could be literally anything: opening a door, helping someone on the side of the road, feeding the homeless, whatever it might be. You just comment what you did there, and that enters you into winning some pretty cool prizes. One of them is from us. We have the dozen 5mm access arrows that we are donating to that cause. But the catch is, in order to win the prize from one of the companies, you have to be following that company on Instagram. So that helps everybody out, and that's something that Armando did himself. But yeah, it's a great cause, and spreads kindness.
Yeah,
So,
definitely that,
get
man.
on that as well.
Pay it forward. That's on one of his hats. I think I
No, it
got
says kindness, pass it
kind
on.
of pass it on. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. And that's something that, it's so easy to do. It's so easy to, pass it on. And
yeah.
if we each did one of those things a day, can you guys imagine the difference that we'd make?
Yeah.
It just takes that one. It snowballs into something pretty amazing.
And it doesn't even have to be a crazy gesture, just something small. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I entered it, and my post on there was, I didn't make fun of Josh today. That was my random act of kindness.
I don't know if that's kindness though, bro.
Yeah, I guess that
coming from
wouldn't
Hot
count.
Eye would
Yeah.
be.
That wouldn't count, man.
Did you see the video he posted, bro? His buddies are hunting with him. They're commentating.
Oh, that was a
That shit is
funny
funny as
clip.
fuck.
Yeah,
He's out there. I don't even know what he's doing, bro. He's out there taking pictures or something. They're all like, back in the Serengeti.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He has his camera all.
Yeah. So
That was
his name
funny.
is, the Indians call him No Asses. It's so funny, dude.
Chichihuanga.
Chichihuanga. The pit bull must urinate. It's
Yeah.
fucking funny. But that's what I was telling him, dude. Like, you gotta show the bloopers, bro, because that's like, I've never been on a hunt, bro, where somebody wasn't talking shit.
Yeah,
And it's just so funny. Somebody trips and falls, or sit on a cactus like I did.
Yeah.
3
it's just some
times.
funny shit.
Yeah.
know. But those are the things that make the hunt memorable. Well, besides the stalks and the harvesting and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Saw something the other day on social media, and it kind of hit a little different. And it was like, not out here chasing animals. I'm chasing memories.
yeah,
And it's like it's cool, man, because it's like it's 100% on point. Like the point of the hunt is to kill and be successful. and harvest that animal, but at the same time, like that's not really what you remember. You know,
Mhm.
that's a part of it,
Yeah.
but it's like the days at camp and the nights, you know, in the rooftop tent, you know, in a 2-person sleeping bag
With my buddy,
With my
stroking his
buddy.
beard.
stroking his beard. Not gay, but you know that those
Yeah.
type of memories, man. And it's just like
Let me find out you turned the heater off on purpose,
I
He
bro.
did.
turned it off on purpose. That way they had to
I
snow.
was like, oh shucks,
Yeah,
man.
the secret's out, George.
but no, you know, it's one of those things where like life is short, man. You don't realize like how many seasons you actually have out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, 17. And,
To be honest, man,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought not anymore, but like last year and stuff, I didn't really have the desire to hunt. Really, it's like I felt like I'm at the end of my hunting career,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
based on how I was feeling and
Yeah.
you know, shit going south and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. I guess it's
But what he's trying to say is,
attitude.
what he's trying to say is, with enough shit talking, he got motivated again.
Yeah.
Nah, because I mean, I was still on some memorable hunts and
Yeah.
I made some memorable memories
Yeah.
with my daughter, and I guess that's become a tradition. I don't know if we'll put her out there for the same unit.
Yeah.
I think I pissed off the guide, but yeah, man, it's just put in for more hunts and stuff and
Yeah.
branch out and go a little bit further this year and get back out there, dude. The same thing with archery, though. I
Mhm.
mean, I fell into a funk, dude, where I was just
Mhm.
like, man, maybe I'm just too old for this shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this year, it's like, no, fuck that. I still got some fight left in me,
Mhm.
hmm
you know. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so this is just random.
Okay.
Well, obviously we're getting older, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can't pull back, say 70 pounds, are you just gonna drop it down until you
I
can't
already
anymore?
have, bro. I already
Okay.
have. Yeah. So with my other bow, I was pulling 70. But I stopped shooting for a long time because
Yeah.
I had a shoulder issue, and now I'm like 60, 62.
Mhm.
But it's getting easy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But at the same time, that's what the elite bow. That's like a 33 axle to axle. My bear bow is a lot harder to pull back. It's shorter axle to axle. So
Yeah.
I want to work back up to 70 where I
Mhm.
was, but yeah, I think that if I wasn't completely able to pull back 70, I would drop down to be more comfortable just so I
Right.
can keep shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but it took me a long time to get to 70. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. I started like at 50.
Yeah.
And I struggled with that for a while. But shooting so much, I got up to 70 and then something happened. And then I think I went away for a year. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. The
I
prison.
yeah.
You weren't going to talk about that.
Nah, damn it. Secret's out.
Diddy.
Too much.
Too
Diddy
much. It's
parties.
Woody's lube, bro. I didn't use
Yeah.
baby oil. It's Woody's lube. That's
Just
why I
like
couldn't.
Back
find
in
it.
the pin,
Huh?
I was
Other side. Right
yeah,
there.
you know,
Oh.
you have those recipes.
Cliffhanger.
He's like, in the pen, we used to use soap and spit. That was the arrow
Yeah.
lube.
No, I went away for a year and I stopped. I would still try to shoot where I could, you know, like I'd go to Cabela's and use
Mhm.
until they told me I couldn't do that no more. I'd go in there and shoot a couple bows or whatever, and then they told me, hey, you come in here, you never buy anything. I thought it was a practice range, bro. Like
You're like, goddamn simoleons.
yeah. And I was like, God damn
Go
it.
back to your
It's all right."
daycares.
Bro, like I've heard like a lot of people talk about that stuff, dude. They're not wrong. You know, it's like they don't. From my experience out there, they're not very helpful.
Yeah.
You know, where I live, the closest Walmart, there's a lot of them working there. You don't ask them for help; they just look at you.
Yeah.
They will not help you. So I don't know. I met some nice ones. Same with anything else, right?
hmm
But I didn't know all that was going on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Ringleader.
neither here or there.
That's why Josh went away. He was
Yeah.
a ringleader.
Yeah, when I lived out in Minneapolis. Not a whole lot of archery out there though.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
The only thing I found was Cabela's Bass Pro.
Yeah. A lot of moose knuckle, I heard though.
A lot of moose knuckle. right around the river.
where the river meets the
Where the river
horizon
Yes.
and the eagles collide.
That's funny that you say that, though, dude. Because it's the Mississippi, and there is a shitload of bald eagles out there, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
bald
videos
eagles
of
and landing strips. Or what?
them. Spread eagles and landing
Spread
strips.
eagles. Oh
God
man.
damn it! What is this podcast coming into, bro?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If you're still on here, you're
We're
still
still
listening.
trying to get to 100. Let's go back to that.
Oh, God damn it!
we will send you feet pics for subscribes.
I'll
Josh
stop
will.
sending you stuff.
Josh will stop
Instead of
sending.
I'll stop sending you pictures.
But
But-
no, I think this was a good topic. It's something that it's we're starting to see more and more of, with like the names like Bomar and MFJJ, Alec from Dan from Elk Shape
Dan Stanton.
and Stanton.
He was talking
Ty.
about fuck, was it a new podcast? He was talking about tact
Mhm.
and his what is it called? Incursion, or what was it?
Immersion,
Immersion.
Alec Immersion.
Yeah, he was talking about the dates of both of them.
Yeah.
He's like, we're gonna be talking about this and that, but I don't know if he's going to attack and then he's doing his own thing afterward.
Yeah.
Because he already put out his dates, right?
He already put his dates for the Alec Immersion. What that is it's like a seminar,
Mhm.
right? Like you pay and you get to hang out with them and they have different panels that come in. And last year they had the guys from Onyx, they had Brody, MFJJ, they had Joel Turner, which was a funny story about that one. And then the guys from Alec Shape. The guys from Alec Shape, every morning you wake up, you have breakfast, they have a workout, and then depending on which group you're in, you're either gonna learn about Onyx or you're gonna learn about bow smithing, like
Oh,
tuning
okay.
your bow and getting your bow set up, and then you switch. And then you have Joel Turner, which I didn't know he was like a 5-time elk calling champion. And you have him teaching you how to call for elk and all that stuff. And I guess the funny story is last year they had Montana Knife Company out there,
Mhm.
and they gave Joel some knives. And I guess as he was cutting the elk, he cut himself.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I guess it was pretty deep and they had to get like medical help and stuff in there. I mean, it
Mhm.
wasn't crazy, but it was a funny story because it's like, shit like that happens,
Yeah.
in the field, and they
Yeah, shit. Look at Levi Morgan, bro.
Yeah,
Almost lost
yeah.
his life.
fucking name.
Stabbed himself in the calf, dude, with Havilon.
Yeah.
He was standing his out.
Yeah.
He was standing A out. It wasn't his out. He was standing A out with a couple of the people he was with out in northern New Mexico, and he slipped. I guess he had the blade wrong or something. Anyways, negligence almost cost him his life. He slipped and he stabbed himself, and they rushed him to the hospital out there and
Yeah.
stuff. And
shit.
If it's Levi Morgan, man, I would have gave him my calf.
what's crazy about it is that they patched him up. He went back out into the field and killed a fucking monster
Yeah.
elk, dude.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it! I'm over here complaining about a knee.
but yeah, that's the elk immersion. And I guess this year they were going to shorten it up into a couple of days, into like a weekend. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But it's July 10th through the 12th.
Mhm.
So it's like, damn it,
We're busy.
Mhm.
We're busy.
So all
Um,
I got from everything you said was that they serve you breakfast.
So they serve you. What they do is they have a full elk carcass out there.
Mm-hmm.
They carve it all up and they show you like where to cut all this stuff, and then that elk gets served to you.
Oh,
And it's just not like fucking put it on a cast iron skillet and give it to you. They have like chefs,
mm.
and they'll go out there and make all the cuts and get everybody fed.
I kind of want to do a Bowfest experience.
Dude, I am so down
And,
for that.
I hear that like Ty and you play footsies or
I
what?
was trying. But you had to call me out.
Yeah.
Does like Scotty was bringing them breakfast, so
Yeah,
I was like,
right?
oh shit, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Breakfast in bed and shit.
Heck yeah.
I want to know what that's like.
Yeah. Definitely want to check out Bowfest. I mean, that'd be cool. What's cool is him talking about like how it's not as big yet, and they're more focused on like the fun part as
Mhm.
it being challenging. So like the courses weren't like tack courses. You weren't climbing up a mountain. They were more flat, and a lot of, he said, what was kind of interesting too is that they don't have a whole lot of support yet from like Reinhardt or Delta. So there's a lot of independent 3D
Target
targets.
makers, yeah.
So they had like a 6-foot rabbit and like some crazy stuff out there. I'm like, that'd be cool to go shoot. And then he was saying they have that in the daytime, and then they also had 2 night shoots.
Yeah.
Oh,
They had like tiki torches and people wearing those pointy hats.
The pointy ghost.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
God damn it, dude. You snuck that one in, dude. That's funny.
But no, they had tiki torches along the course with no KKK members out there.
Yeah.
Just tiki.
Well, maybe there is, but
Well,
They're
not in cloaks.
they're not in uniform.
Not in
They're not in uniform.
But
All
yeah,
right.
but it's they had 2 night shoots, and what was cool about it is, like I said, that one of the nights it was like random, so you would put in for a draw. And then
Oh, you gotta pay for those extra too.
yeah, you pay for those extra, but one of them was a draw. Like you put your name in, and then they draw 2 names, and you guys are in a group. And you go out there and shoot, and then the next day you could shoot with your buddies. So, and I guess that was a picture that they had posted with everyone shooting lighted knocks into that elk. Was it an elk or
I don't even know what it was, but
caribou or an elk or something?
yeah,
It was pretty sick watching that video. I was like,
I
damn,
kind of wanted
cool.
to do something like that here, but I don't know how it would work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. That's definitely on the bucket list and stuff, and it's in Wisconsin, Michigan.
Wisconsin?
Was it in Wisconsin?
No, Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
The Manson.
The Mansion.
Yeah,
Yeah. Little T-Pain reference there.
yeah.
You guys didn't catch it?
I did.
Yeah.
I did it.
You didn't.
No.
Oh.
Uh,
All right, cool. Let's wrap
cool,
it
yeah,
up.
let's wrap it up there. We had too many KKK jokes in this one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right.
Link in my bio. Subscribe.